challenge. I mean, for starters, we knew from the game that she had this tremendous physical presence. She's a very strong woman, physically strong. And one of the things I talked
This entire 1-minute video where Craig Mazin explains why he didn't feel it was necessary for Abby to be muscular is exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying he did not understand the source material, and this is a major reason why Season 2 of The Last of Us has been such a disaster. But not only that, I also view this as a moment where the creator himself, Neil Druckmann, did not understand every facet of the character that he created. Making Abby muscular was definitely important for gameplay purposes in order to separate the two characters, but beyond that, her being very strong is very important to the actual story of the game. And this is something that the writers of Season 2 just did not understand, and you start to see these issues build the moment we see Abby on screen. Starting off Season 2 and The Last of Us 2 game, one of the reasons Abby is the leader of this group is because she is so physically imposing. The fact that she has put in all of this hard work to make herself an actual force to be reckoned with garners her a level of respect from not only her friends and the people that follow her, but also the audience. But the main issues that are going to come with Abby not being jacked are only going to start to show themselves truthfully in Season 3. For those of you that have played The Last of Us 2 game, you know that at the end of every single Abby flashback, right before something good is going to happen for her, right before her relationship with Owen is going to progress, anytime she's about to have something positive in her life occur, she pulls back and says, "No, I have to train, I am focused on getting revenge and killing Joel." And this addiction to training, this addiction to getting stronger, is symbolic of her addiction and her need to get revenge for her father. She's not just simply in the gym and jacked because she wants to have fun. She is one-track minded. She does not have time for friends or for family. She wants to get revenge, and she is going to train her butt off in order to make that happen. And the fact that the Abby we have in Season 2 of The Last of Us isn't jacked takes this facet of her character away from her. Not only that, but her not being jacked is going to cheapen the reveal of her being starved in the finale of Season 3 or 4. When Abby is basically crucified and left out on that post for months to starve and bake in the sun, she loses every bit of muscle that she has. When we see her next, when Ellie finally confronts her, this is a person who is a shadow of what they once were. She's probably dropped at least 50 pounds from when we last saw her. And this is really important to show the actual story that Abby goes on. Revenge and the process of taking that revenge ruins Abby's life. It strips her of everything that she has and everything that she was. And seeing her in this terrible, weakened state also makes you as the viewer empathize with her that much more. Because you can physically see in front of you how much torture this person has to have endured in order to lose all of that. And my final point regarding this change is gameplay related, but also isn't. Sure, while Abby was made jacked in order to fight clickers and stuff, a major part of her story is her fight with the Rat King. And this is a fight that someone needs to be in top tier physical shape for. If Abby did not have her physical strength, she was not making it out of that fight. And the fact that this facet of her character is gone is going to make this fight with the Rat King even less believable than it already is. All in all, I think this is a perfect example of something that may not seem like a big deal actually being key to the story, and the writers behind said story and the adaptation of the story do not understand why. Abby needs to be muscular. Not for gameplay purposes, but for writing purposes. And whether or not Neil Druckmann meant to make this a thing when he was creating The Last of Us 2 is irrelevant to the product that we received. A lot of people like to treat the word of Neil Druckmann or just any creator like it is the word of God for the story that they had a role in creating. But far more people helped create The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2 than just Neil Druckmann. And I bet a lot of people who designed Abby's character, who animated her character, who animated all of these scenes where her muscles are important, would have something very different to say rather than just, oh, gameplay purposes. I really like Abby as a character, and I was really hoping we would get more of her in Season 3 to expand on her character because I thought there was a lot left on the cutting room floor. But unfortunately, because of the comments by Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann, yes, Neil as well, I have no faith in this adaptation moving forward. And that is a sad thing to say.